In the vastness of the animal kingdom, certain traits have become so common that they barely catch our attention. Legs, 5 fingers, eyes. Ordinary features we encounter repeatedly across evolutionary lineages. But when we come across something truly rare, something that defies normality, our fascination is instantly awakened. Saber teeth represent exactly this kind of evolutionary marvel, an adaptation so specialized and striking that it uniquely captures our imagination. And while nearly everyone knows the iconic saber-toothed tiger of the Ice Age, few truly understand the extraordinary magnitude of this evolutionary story. Before diving deep into geological time, we must establish precise scientific criteria. It is not enough to simply have large canines. To be classified as a true saber-toothed predator, the canines must protrude significantly beyond the line of the mouth when closed. Tusks have evolved for non-predatory purposes: digging, manipulating objects, social displays, or ritualized combat. Saber teeth, by definition, belong exclusively to terrestrial predators specialized in active hunting. You might wonder how many times this remarkable adaptation arose independently. The answer surprises even seasoned paleontologists. At least 5 completely separate lineages evolved saber teeth through convergent evolution over nearly 300 million years. Our journey begins 272 million years ago, during the Middle Permian, a time that preceded the dinosaurs by tens of millions of years. Pangaea dominated the globe as a single supercontinent, and across its vast expanses roamed creatures that defy modern classification. The Gorgonopsians emerged in this ancient world as the first known expression of saber teeth. At first glance, their silhouettes might evoke primitive cats, but this impression would be profoundly misleading. These formidable predators were not mammals, nor even close. Classified as non-mammalian therapsids, Gorgonopsians occupied a fascinating evolutionary position, more closely related to mammals than to reptiles, yet technically belonging to neither group. Descended from ancestral pelycosaurs, they represented a unique evolutionary experiment with no modern equivalent. Anatomically, they possessed muscular but relatively modest bodies, low profiles, and elongated skulls, nothing particularly unusual for their time. The true marvel lay in their jaws. Their upper canines were elongated and razor-sharp, rivaling in exposed length the teeth of Tyrannosaurus rex. These lethal weapons evolved through classic natural selection. Random genetic variations produced slightly larger canines that conferred tangible survival advantages. Generation after generation, these genes accumulated, expressing themselves more dramatically until they formed the devastating armaments that defined the group. But why did saber teeth thrive in Permian Pangaea? The answer lies in the mega herbivores of the time. Massive pariasaurs roamed the continents, some exceeding a ton in body mass and protected by thick, rugged hides. Saber teeth could pierce these defenses with unparalleled efficiency, penetrating deep into vital tissues. Hunting strategies of Gorgonopsians likely differed radically from modern predators. Their reptilian jaws suggest limited bite precision. Paleontologists theorize they employed ambush tactics, bite and retreat strategies, followed by strategic strikes, then withdrawal to allow prey to bleed and weaken before delivering final blows. Whatever their exact methodology, it worked spectacularly well.
Gorgonopsians rapidly spread across nearly all of Permian Pangaea, becoming dominant and abundant predators. This proliferation generated remarkable diversity in body proportions, ranging from small species comparable to domestic animals to giants like Inostransavia alexandri, the largest known member, measuring 3.5 meters in length and weighing approximately 350 kilograms, comparable to the largest recorded black bears in New Jersey. They adapted to virtually every available environment: arid deserts, frozen steppes, coastal plains, conifer forests. They seemed destined to reign indefinitely. But fate had other plans. Less than 25 million years after their rise, Gorgonopsians faced the most catastrophic extinction event in Earth's history, the Permian-Triassic extinction. Massive volcanic eruptions transformed the planet into a literal hellscape. Endless wildfires, extreme temperatures, devastating acid rain, and intense radiation. Despite all their adaptations and dominance, Gorgonopsians could not survive. Thus ended the first chapter of the Saber-Toothed saga, inaugurating an evolutionary hiatus that would last an astonishing 200 million years. Here lies one of the most intriguing mysteries of evolutionary paleontology. Throughout the entire Mesozoic era, the age that witnessed the rise and dominance of dinosaurs for nearly 200 million years, not a single known saber-toothed predator emerged. Given the extraordinary duration of this period and the explosive diversity of life it produced, this absence seems statistically improbable. Why did such an effective adaptation remain evolutionarily dormant for so long? This question continues to spark intense academic debate. The return of saber teeth finally occurred during the Cenozoic, aptly called the Age of Mammals. Surprisingly, the second emergence did not involve the famous cats everyone knows. Instead, we encounter the Machaerodonts, an obscure group virtually unknown outside specialized paleontological circles. These early placental mammals appeared in the fossil record around 52 million years ago during the Middle Eocene. The name Oxyaenidae translates loosely as false cats, an appropriate label considering they superficially resembled felines, with long tails, slender bodies, and similar facial features, yet belonged to a completely separate family. They descended from ancient placental mammals that diverged long before modern carnivore lineages. They inhabited riverine environments and floodplains across North America and Asia, thriving in warm, humid ecosystems. Their saber teeth were specifically designed to penetrate large volumes of tissue. Absurdly powerful forelimbs relative to body size were essential for restraining prey much larger than themselves. However, this lineage would face competition it could not overcome, ironically, from another saber-toothed predator. Around 41 million years ago, a third independent iteration emerged, the Nimravids. Although they coexisted with Machaerodonts, marking the first known time two saber-toothed groups shared the planet, they were not closely related. Nimravids belonged to Feliformia, the order that includes true cats, though they were not cats themselves. They diverged from feline ancestors approximately 50 million years ago, granting them significant competitive advantages. First, their saber teeth were technically superior, better reinforced, with extended protective flanges and enhanced cutting adaptations after initial penetration. Their jaws allowed proportionally wider openings, facilitating deep organ strikes. Additionally, they tended to be larger and more muscular. But their most crucial advantage lay in locomotion. While Machaerodonts excelled as climbers, Nimravids exhibited a broad range of locomotor adaptations, with many species well suited for running. In the Middle Eocene, climactic cooling and drying transformed lush forests into open woodlands and savannas, ideal environments for Nimravids and catastrophic for Machaerodonts. In a relatively short geological span, Nimravids expanded across North America, Africa, and Eurasia, becoming highly successful predators.
Fortune also favored their rise. They emerged during a relatively stable period in Earth's history, allowing extraordinary diversification. At least 3 subfamilies evolved: Nimravinae, Hoplophonae, and Barbarophyllinae. The diversity was astonishing. Saber teeth varied dramatically in shape and size between species, some growing nearly as long as entire skulls. Species with massive canines exhibited increasingly feline traits, such as Hoplophonius, so similar to later saber-toothed cats that Nimravids earned the nickname false saber-toothed cats. The largest genus, Barbarophilus, reached approximately 328 kilograms, comparable to modern lionesses. But sizes ranged across the spectrum, from apex predators to lynx-sized species like Nimraviscate. This diversity allowed them to occupy multiple ecological niches: ambush hunters, social killers, solitary predators, and cursorial chasers. Their success was so pronounced that competing carnivore groups struggled to coexist where nimravids thrived. There was, however, one continent where nimravids posed no threat: South America. In isolated South America, a different order of carnivorous mammals, the Sparacidonta, evolved without northern interference. These were not placental mammals, but metatherians, more closely related to modern marsupials. Around 20 million years ago, through spectacular convergent evolution, they developed their own saber teeth, becoming the fourth independent lineage, the Thylacosmilids. This group was extraordinarily distinct, easily recognizable by their extreme flange-like facial structures that protected their teeth, giving them unmistakably bizarre faces, a unique feature among saber-toothed predators. Their teeth grew continuously throughout life, preventing wear issues. Ironically, despite their impressive teeth, they possessed surprisingly weak bite forces, possibly weaker than modern humans. They compensated through extraordinarily precise hunting techniques. They used ambushes to bring down prey, then employed powerful bodies and semi-opposable thumbs to manipulate victims with surgical precision, aligning saber teeth perfectly with vulnerable areas like the neck, delivering fatal strikes with minimal resistance. This perfect hit strategy may seem counterintuitive, but it worked remarkably well.
Finally, we arrive at the most famous and successful saber-toothed predators, the true saber-toothed cats, scientifically known as Machairodontinae. Mitochondrial DNA analyses suggest this family diverged from modern feline ancestors approximately 20 million years ago, originating in the Middle Miocene of Europe before rapidly expanding into Africa. Unlike their predecessors, they were large from the beginning. The oldest known genus, Myomachiridus from Turkey, already exceeded 100 kilograms, comparable to modern lions. Their canines were elongated and distinctly serrated, allowing specialization in megafauna from their very origin. As true felids, they inherited formidable advantages: excellent night vision, acute hearing, tactile vibrissae, extreme jaw gape, and stealthy digitigrade locomotion, the complete package for supreme predation. Their success was immediate and explosive, spreading globally and diversifying at levels comparable to nimravids. Two main categories evolved: dirk-toothed cats and scimitar-toothed cats. Dirk-toothed species, such as Meganterion and the iconic Smilodon, possessed long, slender canines and robust, stocky bodies. Scimitar-toothed cats, like Homotherium and Amphimachiridus, had shorter, broader canines, more gracile bodies, and long legs. Consequently, dirk-toothed cats were poor runners, specializing in ambush hunting in closed environments. Scimitar-toothed cats were cursorial, hunting in open areas. Dirk-toothed species reached the largest sizes. Smilodon populator, possibly the largest, reached 470 kilograms, comparable to modern polar bears. Imagine a polar bear with saber teeth. Scimitar-toothed cats were also formidable, with Homotherium exceeding 200 kilograms, comparable to lions and functioning as apex predators. No species was smaller than a lynx, certainly not kitties. Ironically, however, they bit like kittens. Their cranial construction made them susceptible to stress fractures. Smilodon bit with only 1/3 the force of a lion.
They compensated by targeting soft neck tissues, using bites supported by powerful neck musculature to sever arteries, veins, and vital structures, ensuring a rapid kill. Abundant evidence confirms their effectiveness. Puncture marks in glyptodont skulls, hundreds of mammoth carcasses, and isotopic data confirming horses, rhinoceroses, and megafauna as regular prey. Saber-toothed cats were undeniably the most successful saber-toothed predators, achieving near global distribution, absent only from Australia and Antarctica for obvious reasons. They existed for millions of years as apex predators, often coexisting with other saber-toothed groups. Yet today, none survive. How did we go from 3 coexisting groups to 0? Ironically, the saber-teeth themselves may have contributed to their downfall. Extreme specializations perform brilliantly during stability but hinder adaptation when rapid changes occur. For a long time, we blamed humans exclusively for their extinction. We now understand that multiple factors converged. Megafaunal extinction drastically reduced prey availability. Climate change altered ecosystems. Human presence intensified competition. Thus ended the era of saber-teeth, marking the conclusion of the 5th and most recent iteration of this remarkable evolutionary adaptation. If you enjoyed the video and want more content about ancient creatures, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. We post new videos here every week. Thanks for watching until the end, and see you next time.